I'll tell you one thing, that
Hey, when my girls start to trip and hate before escape, I call Sirius XM 98. Yeah, Thursday, the Foxxhole 7 to 9 to talk to ZoWilliams before I lose my mind. Yo, I need advice on my relationship, cause I'm about to start breaking. I can't take it no more. I got to holler at Zo, the relationship pro. Before I pack up and go, I got my foot out the door and down for leaving. But first, let me holler at Zo, the voice of reason. I got one foot out the door and down for leaving. But first, let me holler at Zo, the voice of reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than Zometheus Rising, the voice of reason on Foxxhole Radio, Sirius XM 98. Once again, another heater. You know we got crazy topics, and this one is no exception. I need you to get to your phone lines, 855-FOX-9898. I want to hear your stories. You know, all my topics are story-driven. Let me hit you in the head with this one. This is a special topic because a lot of people are out there suffering. So we want to talk about it tonight. Let me just do this really quickly. The topic tonight: I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. Listen, if you want to participate and follow me and follow this discussion, maybe you have questions, because you know I do. Hit me on Twitter at ZoWilliams or at Foxxhole. That's FOXXHOLE at Foxxhole at Twitter. Go to my website, www.ZoWilliams.com, or join the conversation on my Facebook page. Anybody who has joined already understands that all week long I send out hundreds of questions. You know, I take over your timelines to foster conversation. Tonight's topic is no different. I'm dating a fat person. That's PHAT. We're not trying to offend. We're only trying to educate and enlighten. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. Call me right now, 855-FOX-9898. Tonight's topic is crazy. I can't wait to get started. I got guests. I got authors. I got personal trainers. I've got fat people. Man, we're going to have a great time tonight. Call me in a second. I'm taking a quick break, and I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, has returned to the Foxxhole. Great topic tonight. I'm dating a fat person. PHAT, no offense intended. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. Before I get deep into it, you know I got guests. I'm going to bring them in shortly. But I want to let you know right now, the Foxxhole, the Friday show, the Foxxhole will be broadcasting live from Harrah's Rincon, that's a casino, in Northeast San Diego tomorrow. Now, that is to be announced. I don't know exactly the time. It might start at 4. It might start at its normal time. I'm not quite sure. My producer will let me know. But please be advised, Foxxhole fans, tomorrow's Friday show, live broadcast, a remote from Harrah's Rincon in Northeast San Diego tomorrow. So I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please tune in. Now, back to our topic. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? I've got questions. Can somebody help me answer them? The only way you can do that is get to your phone lines, 855, Fox 9898. Fox is 369-855-369-9898. Here's a question. Is the listen to this, is crazy, BBW, right? Because that's a big, beautiful woman. That's a category here. Is the BBW genre of the porn industry a viable avenue for building self-esteem in plus-size women? I think it's kind of crazy. Right? Because most porn stars have low self... I ain't going to go there. I'm just asking. Do you feel that being overweight is closer to being fat-tabulous or fatastrophic? 855-369-9898. right? I mean, and I know we're making jokes or whatever, but this is a serious topic because there's some very heavy science on both sides of the coin that speaks on. We're going to cover childhood obesity. We're going to cover a few things. So I want you guys to get to your phone lines and let me know. Listen, if nature didn't intend for everyone to be an ideal shape and size, why then must we discriminate against obese people? Right? Some people say obese, right, as an offensive term. Not obese, but obese. What is your sexual or your preference, your body type? Do you like the track body? Or do you like the Fatosaurus Rex body? 98. I mean, this is a serious topic. Let's get to it. Is that the new sexy? Right? And I'm being over the top on purpose because a lot of people are being broken down. They're being discriminated against. They say this is the last frontier of discrimination. Overweight people. I don't think everybody can be slim. I have a major question here, too. Can a person be overweight and still be healthy? That's a very heavy question. 855-369-9898. Now, let me bring in some people who are a little bit more qualified to speak on this weighty issue. Now, there's a sister. She's a photographer. She has been exhibited in galleries and museums throughout the U.S., Western East Coast, right, on the east side, and has appeared in the New York Times. She has a lot of stuff out there in some other publications. She can recall, my producer's telling me something. Don't worry about it. The sister's name, is she with us? Okay, so she's not with us right now. So let me just do this. I'm going to wait to bring her in, and we'll bring in the personal trainer who is also comes highly recommended. Her name is Dawn Stozier. Dawn, welcome to the Voice of Reason. I know you're this critically acclaimed fitness guru. You come highly recommended by a good friend of mine, Mr. Guy Black. Please tell me, why is it that you're qualified to speak on this topic?
God is just good. I'm a celebrity trainer, nutrition consultant. I've been in the industry for over 15 years. I'm certified with 3 of the top 9 certifications in CSF, ACE, ISSA. These are hard certificates to get. I am also the founder of the BC Foundation, the Aerobics Room Gym and Studio. And I have a passion for what I do.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Why is being overweight, why is it a problem? Because, Michelle Obama is really big on this obesity situation. And a lot of people feel like obesity is a political thing more so than it is a thing to really help people get healthy, right? So talk to me about some of the causes and effect of being obese.
Well, if you have to understand, obesity is one of the fastest growing diseases. And it's the fourth leading cause of death in the world. If it's left untreated, it leads to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, hypertension, and in some cases, strokes. It's an epidemic. And the sad thing is, it has no boundaries, there's no respect of. And over the past few years, this disease has ballooned by a staggering 767%. It's killing us. This is a serious issue.
Well, where do you get your information from? Because there are some people out there who say, the obesity issue isn't really an issue, and it's kind of like the global warming issue. They came up with all of this science to say the world is heating up, and then they came out and said, oh, the scientists were paid off, and it was propaganda. There are a lot of people out there who think the obesity situation is propaganda as well, and there are accredited books and authors out there who argue the politics of fat. What do you think of that?
Well, good question. I think if you take a look at the statistics and studies that are out there, look at go to the Diabetes Association, go to obesity leads. It's a big issue. It creates other issues in our lives. It creates cancer. It's an epidemic that also creates other challenges. It's a part of heart attacks. It's a part of diseases. It's robbing our children of their self-esteem. It's killing us. It's robbing us of the quality of lives we could live. I mean, it's a serious issue, and I just disagree.
Wow. And you know what? It's okay to disagree here on the Voice of Reason because we allow open conversation and dialogue to take place. With that said, let me bring in my next guest, and I want you to interact with her. Is that okay, Dawn?
Absolutely.
All right. This is the sister I tried to bring in a second ago. She's good people. Her name is Substantia Jones. And, of course, she has, she's an artist. She has galleries and museums throughout the East Coast. And she's a cold piece of work, and she works on some things that I would like to share with you guys. It's a term that even I've never heard. And let me make sure I get it right. How is the pronunciation of it? It's adipositivity?
Adipositivity.
Adipositivity. Substantia Jones, could you come in and talk to me about the myth of being obese and unhealthy?
Oh, I would love to, Zoe. Thanks for having me. I'm very pleased to be here. I wish I got to hear more of Dawn, but adipositivity comes from two words being put together: adipose, meaning adipose tissue or fat, literally meaning fat, and positivity, because I think we don't have a lot of positivity associated with fat, particularly in the U.S. So the Adipositivity Project is an ongoing collection of photographs depicting fat people, primarily fat women, though we did just have our first Dude Week recently, and we feature a couple weeks of couples every February leading up to Valentine's Day, but it's mostly women, and it's positive images of women with the focus on their bodies, because we're not used to seeing fat women's bodies, certainly
Right.
not in a positive way.
Right.
And definitely not nearly as often as we see thin women's bodies. I'm the photographer, and the women whose images are on the site are just women who've seen the site and asked to be a part of it. Anybody can be an adiposer as long as they're fat. We now have about 400 or 500 photos on the site now, and new ones.
And really quickly, I hate to interrupt you because you're on such a roll and it's good information. Substantia,
Go for it, though.
what is the website so people can actually go participate and view the artwork?
Adipositivity.com. It's
Could you spell that? Yes.
adipositivity.com.
Very good. And I have a quick question for you because Dawn simply stated, Dawn Stozier, she said, being fat is tantamount to being unhealthy. And my question to you is, do you agree or disagree with that statement? Can you be fat and healthy?
I emphatically disagree with her statement. You can indeed be fat and healthy. Weight has never been proven to be an accurate indicator of one's health. In fact, there have been a number of studies, particularly in the years since 2007, which have suggested one's size is unrelated to their health. Folks would enjoy far greater and well-being if they focused less on weight and more on lifestyle choices. Like this includes indeed nutrition and physical activity, but it also includes things like happiness and stress level and love and pleasure and good sleep. But the problem is there's no money in happiness and sleep and keeping stress low. There are no profits to be made on true health and well-being. But diets, that's a nearly $60 billion industry, and the customer base is completely renewable because the statistics on the extent to which people lose weight and then gain it back are staggering. So people diet, lose, gain back more, diet, lose, gain back more. And the people selling you the diet books and the drugs and the TV shows and the food plans, they have a really big stake in keeping you convinced that health is somehow tied to your weight, and it's just not.
Dawn Stozier, please come
Let
in.
me say this first.
Yes.
Let me say hello to you.
Hi, Dawn.
Let me say this is wonderful what you're doing. I think adipositivity, I'm going to check your website out. This is my first time hearing of you. I applaud you for this. It sounds like something really great. And I want to say that a lot of things you said I totally agree with. We put more emphasis on weight than we do trying to be happy and stress-free and all of those things. I have a foundation, the Fight Against Obesity Foundation, and I work directly with kids, and I work directly with adults who are severely overweight. My best girlfriend is 400 pounds, and I'm watching her every day struggle with her 2 twin children, even pick them up. So in some cases, I believe overweight it's dangerous. It robs you of the quality of lifestyle that you can have. She can't enjoy her kids as much. She can't run with them. She can't play with them as she would like to. I'm watching kids that are overweight end up with type 2 diabetes. I'm watching children in my class have high blood pressure from being overweight. So I agree with you, and there are some cases where I disagree.
I would encourage your 400-pound friend to Google HAES and read about health at every size. They focus on the entire health and well-being. Two of the most important things I've learned about health are that your health is no one else's business, and the concept of health has to include happiness. It has to include overall well-being. And those are a couple of the tenets of the health at every size movement. And also, Dawn, I hope you sound like a really nice lady, and I hope that when you work with children, you're being very, very careful not to stigmatize them and not to
No. First of all, I have a program called Creating a Healthy Kid Self-Image, and it comes from an overall look at themselves. So I believe that you can love yourself at any size. You can be I believe in those things that you're saying, but also I do believe it's important as children that they don't grow up to be overweight adults. And if we can catch it, teach them now how to make good diet choices, teach them now how to live healthier overall lifestyle. So I agree with what you're saying, some of the things that you're saying.
Oh, this is beautiful. You know what? Let me just say this really quickly. This is beautiful that you guys are exchanging the dialogue from two different perspectives, which is why I'm pulling back and allowing you guys to do so. But let me throw a log on the fire.
Ooh.
Allow me to first reset my topic. If you just tuned in, I'm dating a fat person is our topic tonight. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. It's a great conversation. I'm here with Substantia Jones and Dawn Stozier. They're my special guests right now. We're having a great time. But let me hit you upside the dome piece with another question. And I think this question should help us get a little deeper. Which is better? Which is a better indicator of poor health? Being morbidly over or underweight?
I would say neither is an indicator.
Very good. Go deeper.
I think health science has proven that recently, that neither is an indicator. And I realize that it's very difficult to reset thinking that is deeply ingrained in us. I mean, it almost seems counterintuitive. But if you look at it, lifestyle choices that include those things that I listed earlier can definitely influence your health and your well-being. But it's just never been proven that weight, as you say, over or under, have anything to do with your health.
That's a great point. I love it. Dawn, would you like to participate?
I'm having a little challenge with my voice here.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time. Take a deep breath and then hit me. Oh, she's really taking a deep breath. I love it. This is real life, man. This is radio right now. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. Tonight's topic, I'm dating a fat person. And it's not F-A-T, it's P-H-A-T. Are they worth the wait is the question.
I'm
Dawn.
cool with F-A-T, by the way.
Yeah, I heard you prefer to use the word fat as opposed to curvy or voluptuous or thickalacious. Tell me.
Wait, I like all of those. So the problem, I don't have a problem at all with any of those. But curvy, for example, doesn't mean the same thing as fat. Not every fat person is curvy, and not all curvy people are fat. But overweight, I do have a problem with because it's a term of judgment, and it suggests that there's a boundary that's being violated or a line that's being crossed. I prefer the word fat, as do most of my fat friends, because it's an accurate, morally neutral descriptor. It may sound a little negative to some.
Right, some people might be offended if you say, "Listen here, fat ass."
Absolutely.
They might be offended.
That's different.
Most people are offended by that. Absolutely.
But we're working on reclaiming its meaning. So the more it's used, the better. And it has it holds far less offense
But even if you take the profanity out of it and just say, you know what, you're fat. Most people are like, geez, like I didn't wake up this morning and understand that.
I encourage it. I encourage use of the word fat completely. Overweight really cheeses me off, though.
Wow. You know what? This is a great conversation. We're about to take a quick break, but when I come back, I'm going to callers.
Woo!
You understand? I'm going to callers. It's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm dating a fat person. And let me read this really quickly. The Foxxhole, you got to check this out. We mix it up every Friday and Saturday nights. We mix music and comedy with the world's best DJs, right? We're making your party hotter and hotter here, only here on the Foxxhole, Sirius XM 98. That's what we do, and I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Get down. Feels good. Get down. Excuse me, cat, while I rap.
Are you an overweight lover? And can you fit in the house? Tonight's topic, I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. That's our topic tonight. 855-FOX-9898 is the number to dial. Callers, I'm coming to you, I promise. But before I do that, let me hit you with this little announcement. The Foxxhole Friday show will be broadcasting live from Harrah's Rincon in Northeast San Diego tomorrow. It's going to be great. I think Fox is down there doing a concert, and I think the show airs at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trust me, it's going to be incredible. Again, tonight's topic, I'm dating a fat person, PHAT. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. What I want to do right now, because I know Dawn is pressed for time. Dawn Stozier?
Yes.
Yes, I know you have your next class. You know what? You are a brilliant sister, and I wish you could have come in the studio live with us. It would have been great. But this is what I would like for you to do. I would like for you to give us all of your contact information, website, Facebook, Twitter, wherever people can connect to you, because I'm sure you are an endless repository of information on how to stay fit. So please give us your website address or your email address or where people can contact if they want your advice.
Okay, my website address is thefitnessqueen.com. That is my personal website. It tells all about myself and the training that I offer. I have a gym, the Aerobics Room Gym and Studio, which is the home of the Fight Against Obesity Foundation, where I have kids classes, I have Zumba, Pilates, yoga, fun exercise that'll help you get in better shape so you can be fit for the purposes in which I believe God intended for all of us. Mm-hmm. That website address is aerobicsroom.com. aerobicsroom.com. You can also call the office if you like at 310-289-2169 and talk with us directly.
Wow, you know what?
Oh, let me give you my social networks. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, you're going to give me your social security number.
Yeah,
Hold on. I don't know if I need that, but go ahead, give it to us.
On Facebook, you can look me up as Dawn Strozier, Strozier, or Twitter me at Dawn Strozier as well. Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate
Dawn, it was
you.
lovely chatting with you.
It was great chatting with you as well.
And Substantia, we're about to move on. We're going to bring in some more people. Are you going to stay with me and keep that positive energy up?
I'd love to.
Oh, this is great. You know what? I just got a note that just came to me from Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, at ZoWilliams. That's at ZoWilliams, because check this out. I'm going to be going on tour. June 25th in Chicago is where I start. Join my Twitter page so you can get the information to meet me there. A lot of people want to see me come out and do my relationship roundtable situation. Trust me, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be beyond belief. Trust me. Facebook, Twitter, website, ZoWilliams.com. Get all of the information. That's how you do it. This came from Twitter. Is the term fat to overweight people equivalent to the nigga term for black people? 855-369-9898. Somebody call me right now. That just came from Twitter. I can't believe it came from Twitter, but it did. So let's continue the show. If you guys want to call in and expound on the term and its negative connotation, let me know. 855-369-9898. Now, really quickly, I've been playing music by the Fat Boys.
I heard.
And the reason why I'm playing that music, because they have an interesting story, right? You do know that the beatbox in that group, his name was Buffy, that was his rap name and DJ name, he died.
Mm-hmm.
apparently from being overweight. Now, Buffy kept getting bigger. The bigger the fat boys got, the bigger Buffy got, right? To the point where he ultimately died. Now, is it associated with his being overweight? I don't know. Because a lot of people on your side of the coin, Substantia, say that fat isn't an indicator of health. But he died very
not
young.
Just my side, but I mean, hard health science is telling us this. Now, I don't know anything about his lifestyle or his genetics, so I can't speak to that. But I would say no.
Right.
Weight is still, no matter what anecdotally you can tell me, weight is still not an indicator of health.
I love it. But let me say this. The other part of the story is the other guy in the group, because there was a 3-member group, has lost all of the weight and is as chiseled as granite right now. He's a personal trainer.
Well, more power to him. I hope that makes him happy. That's my main concern, is people's well-being and happiness.
And his name is Cool Rock Ski. Let me do this. I got 2 in-studio guests to go back and forth with us, Substantia. They're 2 personal trainers. And one of them is my personal friend. It's my homeboy. He's been working me out for years, but I can't afford him, so the fat has returned. However, he's a good friend of mine. His name is Kevin Behringer. He has a company called BBB. Fantastic. Or if he's a boxing fanatic, I guess. I've seen him do this stuff. We've been in his garage. He's got the bags. He's got the gloves. He had my son out there punching the bags till his knuckles was bleeding. It was a travesty. But he's a good dude. He's been a personal trainer for over 12 years, and he's trained a variety of clients from movie, TV, and celebrities, and even J-list celebrities such as myself have been able to benefit from his skills. And he has a new company. It's BBB, but what does it stand for really quickly, Kevin?
Body Boxing Boot Camp.
Body Boxing Boot Camp. Sounds like a bootleg rapper. However, the dude is good at what he does. He's been a friend of mine for many, many years, and I'm going to bring him in a second. And sitting right next to him is the, fellas, when I tell you, she is fine as frog hair. She is gorgeous beyond belief. It's crazy. She's known for her legs of steel, washboard abs, and beautiful smile. Lene Atkins. She's not connected to the Atkins diet because apparently that dude died of a heart attack telling you to eat all meat. However, I won't go into that. Lene Atkins is used to turning heads, but she's more than just a pretty face with a killer body. She's a serious fitness. I'm not going to read her whole bio. She's won a whole bunch of awards for just being really cut up and beautiful and all of that. And they're here to chime in on tonight's topic. Let me hit you all of you, and I want you all to answer this question really quickly. And you know, you guys can give me your own experience of it or whatever. But how can being obese affect those looking for employment? Or affect those who are trying to travel? Because, you know, they're locking down on travel now. If you're too big or, you know, you can't even. Southwest just kicked somebody off the plane recently. Substantia, talk to me. Have you had issues getting on the plane?
I've never been discriminated against employment-wise, but I do fly frequently. And I've never, I'm a fat woman, I'm 300 pounds. I've never had a problem on a plane, but there is a constant kind of gnawing anxiety when you're about to board because you wonder whether or not there will be a problem.
Do you find people staring at you like, do I have to sit next to her for 5 hours?
No, the only time I ever had anyone who was remotely rude was this kind of post-frat boy who sat next to me. And he asked if I needed help with my seat belt. And he was being, you know, kind of I don't know if we can curse. I'll try not to curse. But so I just, you know, I was fine with that. That's the only time that ever happened. And then when I landed, my boyfriend met me at baggage claim, walked up behind me and dipped me and gave me the biggest kiss. And I was standing right next to the frat boy. So all was fine with that flight.
And do you find, let me just bring my 2 in-studio trainers in right now. Let me just be honest. Let me ask you guys straight up. Is fat attractive to you? Lene?
I can't say, I don't want to say fat.
Okay,
I'm
is
just gonna say it.
largeness
You know,
attractive to you?
I'm gonna say no because I'm so heavily into the gym, and I respect what I do. I want someone that's healthy. I'm not saying to be chiseled, to be attractive.
So I've got a shot.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Thank you. Okay. That's all I really want to know. Kevin?
I'm
now-
laughing at you, though. I think you're funny.
I'm just saying. Kevin, what do you think?
Well,
Is it
not
attractive to you?
It depends on the person, actually, more than me. It depends on the person. Some people can carry themselves very well and very confident in themselves, and that's attractive. Then other people who are not confident, with how they look, then they exude it, and so you can see it right off the bat. So to me, I think it depends on the person.
Well, let me ask you all this question here. How can obesity become a major obstacle to having a good sex life? Starting with Substantia.
It's never gotten in my way, so.
No, but I've heard some heard some fitness gurus say that it actually prevents your sex life. It limits it, the whole 9 yards. I mean, tell me, what do you think?
Yeah, I just can't imagine mine being any better. Sorry, but I will tell you that the last time I was in a relationship with a man who did not have a preference for fat women, his preference was for thin women. That was an unhappy situation, and that's at that point I decided I wasn't going to do that again. So I had to kind of rethink this whole thing about men who prefer fat women because I thought they must have issues, right? I mean, that seemed kind of weird to me because I wasn't okay with my own fat body at that point. But that was about 10 years ago, and I haven't in all that time dated a man who did not have a preference for fat women. No, I can't.
Wow.
It does not hinder me sexually.
Well, let me just read this. We just got some information from our team here, our production team. They say obese women have more trouble finding a sexual partner than normal weight women, while obese men don't have this difficulty, according to a 2010 French study led by Nathalie Bajos and published in the journal BMJ. Obese women were 30% less likely than normal weight women to have a sexual partner in the last year. I mean, let me just say this. I know there are some secret fat lovers out there. I mean, there's a term called FAs, right, which is a fat admirer, right? Let's go through some of these terms. The FA means the fat admirer, right? And and then you have what is this? Padding, right? Padding refers to the practice of padding layers of clothing on in such a way that it simulates a distended abdomen. I mean, I guess this turns a lot of people on. Let me ask Substantia, do you think that outwardly people are like, yeah, fat people, get out of here, fatty, get out of here, you foodie, get out of here, chubby chaser, but undercover they're like, yeah, fat juice, I want some. Do you think it's like that?
That happens. But I have to say, I've been around the block a few times, and that padding thing, I would not call that widespread. And that study was in France, by the way, and yeah, if I were in France, I would not get very much play. But as far as secret FAs, your question, sure. I don't have anything to do with them because I don't want to be with anybody who's not proud to be with me, and being in the closet is not a happy situation for anybody.
Well, you know what? That's why I like Monique so much.
Yeah.
Because Monique, she stands on her body image, and she says, "Listen here, I don't give a damn what you believe in. This is who I am. I'm a real person, and I'm a big girl. Not everybody can be skinny." And I think, people with self-esteem and people with confidence, it doesn't matter what package they're in, they're sexy to me. Like when I see Jill Scott, she's sexy.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. When I see Latifah, damn, Latifah's gorgeous to me. Let me do this. Do you mind, my guest in studio and telephone, do you mind if we take some callers right now?
That'd be great.
Let's participate. Johnny from California, you're in the Voice of Reason. It's time to chime. Holla at me.
Hello, Fox family. Hey, check this out. First of all, that survey was probably interviews of mostly Europeans who like thin. Black men, we love these large ladies. My lady is large, and she's agile, which means that she can perform. Yes, she gets on top at 250, and she knows how to work it. and she will cook. Half of these dimes out here will not even do that. I work, and she cooks. It's a nice arrangement, and she understands that. And she has no issues with self-esteem. Never had. I tell her I love her, and she's fine, but that's all she needs. She don't ask me every day, or she don't try to put on airs. She handles herself well in public.
How much do you? Can I ask you, brother? How much do you weigh?
240.
240. How much do your girl weigh?
250.
Okay, 240 and 250. There you go. All right, she's a nice little handful. I know you enjoy yourself, and I think a lot of this. Thank you for the call, brother. I think a lot of this comes from that old traditional belief, and you guys can chime in if you want, Lene and Kevin and Substantia. I think it comes from, hey, a good woman keeps her man fed. I mean, my aunt used to cook like for 7,000 people, and it was only 4 people in the house. I knew I could get something to eat every time I went over there. Maybe it comes from that. What do you think, Lene?
If I had a guy, I would cook for him. It doesn't matter if you bigger or smaller. If he's my guy, I'm gonna do it.
Wow. Okay, I believe that. What about you, Kev?
Well, in Africa, in places in Africa, size is a sign of wealth and being sexy. So we have that.
So you're talking about like Sarah Bartman,
right?
When she was paraded all around the world because of her buttocks.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as far as black people liking the size in their women, I mean, it can go back to that. But for me, it depends on just how you think of yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How you look at yourself. If you can carry it really well, and you're very confident in it, like you said, Monique, she's a woman. She doesn't care.
What about Precious? Does Precious carry it well?
Actually, she does. She actually does. She's very confident in herself. I don't know if you ever heard her speak about it. She's very confident in her size.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
She's very confident in her size.
She's lovely.
This is great stuff.
She has a great laugh. She's
Absolutely.
a thinking woman. I adore her.
Wow. And you know what? It takes a lot of courage to get in front of a camera when you've never done it before and then deliver an Oscar caliber performance. So you understand what I'm saying? I got much respect for it.
When you know you're going to get ridicule
right.
because of your size.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to more callers, but before we do, let me ask this question, and let me reset the topic for you. I'm dating a fat person if you just tuned in. Are they worth the wait? Fat is PHAT. We don't mean no disrespect. An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. This is the voice of reason. Every Thursday we got crazy topics, and this is what we do. I'm going to go to a caller, but before I do, I want to ask this question. Is the appreciation of fat people a universal thing, or is it limited to certain cultures? Callers, get to me right now. 855-369-9898. Mario from Illinois, you're in the building.
Yeah, I was about 70 pounds overweight, and I just recently lost that 70 pounds in about a year worth of time. I run half marathons, and I'm planning on running a full marathon. And when I was 70 pounds overweight, I had high blood pressure, and I was borderline diabetic. And since I lost that weight, I'm much healthier, and my joints are much more better. I feel better, and I just think that being overweight just leads to health complications. There's no other way to get around it. If you're overweight, you're going to be unhealthy, period.
Wow. Hey, I appreciate the call. I appreciate you taking out the time and sharing with me right now. Tiffany from California, what is it that you have to contribute to this conversation?
I don't think that being overweight is healthy at all. I just lost my aunt at the beginning of this year due to obesity, which can cause to diabetes and so forth. But everybody has their own preference, of course. Mm-hmm. I do want to say that as far as low-income communities, Latino, blacks, and so forth, we really don't have the opportunity to eat healthy. Personal experience, as far as my business, trying to apply for the EBT card or the food stamps to accept them, to provide fresh food for them. We went through hell trying to do that. It's just not out there, and it may be purposely done through government or maybe not. I'm not sure, but
this is very interesting. You bring up a very interesting point, Tiffany. You know you're a great caller. I so appreciate you for being on the Voice of Reason. Do you have one more point to add? Because I feel like you do. Give me more.
No, you're doing a great job as usual.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate you.
I have a point to make, though, if I could.
Come on in then, Substantia.
We've now heard a couple of references to people losing their life because of their fat. And I think that this can be a really dangerous fallacy. It's not just a misconception. It can be harmful to people because thin people may think, well, I've got a pass. I don't have to worry about that. When in fact their indicators, their blood pressure and their blood sugar and things can be off the charts because they think that as long as they don't have weight on them, that
they're healthy, right?
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: where is the science that can say unequivocally that being big is not connected to poor health?
I can direct you to two sites which are clearinghouses for these health science studies, this hard science. One is ASDAH. Google them. That's an organization that's a really good compendium of all this information. And the other is the Health at Every Size site.
Wow.
They're going to give you everything you need to know.
Wow, that's good information. You know what? You've been an excellent guest. I so appreciate you for coming on and participating.
Thank you, Zoe.
And all the information that you have can be found on your website, yes?
Adipositivity.com.
One more time?
ADIpositivity.com.
Man, you were excellent, and this is what I'm going to do. Everybody within the reach of my voice, please go support my sister, Substantia. She's a cold piece of work, and she was a great guest for the Voice of Reason. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much. We're about to take another quick break, but before we do, I got to let you know, every Monday night is the Foxxhole Live, hosted by my good friend Mark Curry at midnight Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the Conga Room in downtown Los Angeles at LA Live. Come join us and catch the Foxxhole, Sirius XM 98. I'll be back in 2.2. I'll talk in a second. Big Papa was in the building. Big Pun, he not a player, but he like to crush a lot. I'm just saying. What about Rick Ross? Right? Ruben Studdard was a giant teddy bear, won everybody's heart. I mean, when overweight celebrities come in, right? Do they make fat more appealing? 855-369-9898. You're listening to the Voice of Reason. ZoWilliams, Foxxhole Radio, Sirius XM 98. Our topic tonight is, I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. We're going callers. We want to hear from you right now. 855-369-9898. 855-369-9898. I'm going to take all of you right now because it's important that you guys participate in what we're doing. I need to hear your voice. But before I take that first call, let me just remind you, the Foxxhole, the Friday show, man, Jamie Foxx's Foxxhole will be broadcasting live from Harrah's Rincon in Northeast San Diego tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trust me, you know how they do on that show. Last week's show was crazy. This week's show is going to be even better. It's going to be a great thing. Please tune in. Callers, who we got online right now? I'm ready to roll with some folk. Tell me what's happening in your life. Tell me how big your people is. Let me ask this. Which is the fattest city in America? And if it's the fattest city in America, could we then surmise that it is the most unhealthy city in America? Call me right now. 855-369-9898. Haywood from Florida. Haywood, I got it. What up, man?
What's happening with you, man? Just chilling over here in New York right now. Well, Connecticut right now. I drive trucks.
Okay, brother. Talk to me, man. What's up?
Well, I like big women, and at one time I was, in the closet about dating a big chick until she gave me some, and then after that, I was proud to be with her. And I like big women because I feel that they have more to offer. And believe it or not, big women are some of your cleanest women around.
Because they have to maintain that weight, right?
That's right. It has to be maintained. So, I'm down with the big girls. Not, as you say, obesely fat. But, I like big women, and I feel they serve a purpose here in this great country of ours.
Exactly.
Like I said earlier, if everybody was fine, every man wouldn't have a woman.
Man, that's a good point. Haywood, my resident personal trainer, Lene, is in the building. She has something to say to you. Go ahead, Lene.
I have two questions. Now, you said you were in the closet at first. Why were you in the closet?
Well,
to date a big girl.
When I first started seeing her, it was like I didn't want to be laughed at, but I got to know her, and me and her started
No. You said you got some, and then you were cool with it.
After he got some.
Yes. That was after I got, but at first I was scared, It was my first big girl that I'd ever been with, and I didn't know how to really handle it.
Man,
but
that's a good point.
We dated, and it went on, and like I said, I got some, and
you changed your mind.
I had more confidence about her.
Well, let me ask this. Thank you for the call, Haywood. Let me ask this. Is the sex better with a big girl versus a fit girl? Y'all call me right now. I know there's some dudes out there, I guess, because we just got a text that the sisters down in the South are always thicker. And does that mean they're juicier, tenderer, more sexual? I mean, is it better? Does it get wetter? I don't know. 855-369-9898. Talk to me. Is the sex with a big girl better than with a little girl with all the points and edges? Is rounder better than pointy? I don't know. Call me right now. Who do we have on the phone right now? Rod from VA. Tell me what you got to say, man.
Hey, how you doing, Zo? My friend, how you doing?
All right.
I'm just like the last caller there. I mean, I used to be kind of ashamed, talk to the oversized ladies, but I kind of found out I was cheating myself because they were doing me some good. What I'm trying to say, in other words, they were more positive to me than the regular size females, and plus, they had good self-esteem. They kind of like brought up my self-esteem. And, sometimes you got your friends there. Your friends always teach you about certain, big girls who they won't mess with and whatnot. But no sooner you turn your back, them the same one put you down, talking about they not going to date the big girl. They trying to take them from you. But it's all about their self-esteem and their attitude within. If they got a good positive attitude, they can glow.
Rod, let me ask you this question. Well, I don't want to ask you this question. I think my resident personal trainer, Lene, wants to ask you a question. Go ahead, Lene. What do you have to say?
I just want to ask, are you overweight?
I used to be overweight, and back in my younger days, until I joined the military, that's when I started, became more athletic. Mm-hmm. And I noticed back in my younger days, when I was growing up, people always tease fat people and stuff, and I noticed ordinary to me, to look more attractive to myself, I need to, tone down, kind of get the muscle up a little bit, and I just kind of like changed my eating habits.
You're saying these ladies, the overweight ladies, give you more self-esteem?
Yes, because I noticed.
That's very interesting. Go deeper, brother. Go deeper.
I noticed you take. I'm gonna be straight honest. But I noticed good-looking, attractive women, right? When everybody was trying to chase them, they kind of like put you down. And you take the average overweight female there. I'm gonna say a plus size. They feel a little confident about themselves and everything. I mean, if they talk to you in a nice, positive way, make you feel good about yourself. I mean, you kind of like overlook the size. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, you know what? Thank you for the call, Rod. And he brings up an excellent point. I think he's saying pretty girls know they're pretty, are arrogant, kind of disrespectful because they're getting it all the time. They're getting, hey, honey, hey, cats is hollering all the time. The bigger girl may not be getting that.
That's not true.
That's he's saying. I mean, just listening to what he's saying.
Sometimes it is true.
Sometimes the pretty girl, and we're not speaking. Let me just say, we're not speaking in absolutes. We know that not all pretty girls are assholes. However, There are some out there, and I don't even want to bring the black element into it. Somebody call me, 855-369-9898. Could somebody talk to me about what the brother just pointed out? He said sometimes the pretty girl who knows she's pretty, kind of feeling herself a little bit, got a little condescension to her. Speak to me, Lene. You don't like this.
No, I don't. Because
go in.
It happens sometimes, true enough. But he's saying that bigger girls him have more going on about himself when he should start that. It starts from within. It don't start from someone else telling you look good. You should already know that. It comes from within. So someone else shouldn't have to come to you and say, "Oh, you're so cute, you're so handsome, you're so sexy." You could be any kind of weight, any kind of color, any kind of size, and you can still be sexy. You can still be cute. You can still. It doesn't matter.
This is what I want to do right now. I want my callers to call out my in-studio guests, and these guys are personal trainers in fitness. There was a Twitter request over here. Somebody hit me on Twitter. I think his name is Tyree Fletcher. Tell them people in the studio to stop talking around the subject and say, hell no, fatness is not attractive. In other words, you guys are really not going hard enough. And if you don't think it's attractive, then say so. And then we got at Billy, KB8, regarding sex with big girls better than with thin girls. Depends on what... He said it depends on what she cooks afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, 855-369-9898 is the number to dial. This is the voice of reason. I'm dating a fat person, PHAT. We don't want to offend. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. Big boy from Seattle, talk to me.
Taking my call. I just want to say I'm speaking as a former big person. I'm 6 foot. I used to be 230. I'm currently 160. What we're not discussing is the main issue. I'm a medical student at the moment, which is fat. It's unhealthy. The whole big is beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. We're not talking about the beauty. We're talking about health as far as what it brings. Medically speaking, when the fat around the organs develop, the organs are damaged. So fat in no way, particular shape, is healthy. That's what we're not talking about at the moment, especially in our community, the African-American community. We lead in hypertension, diabetes. All these things are brought on by our unhealthy choices. Brother.
Wow. Thank you for the call, man. I really, really appreciate that. And that was good information, the way he broke down about fat. Kevin, what do you have to say?
Absolutely. I agree with exactly with what he said. However, for the person on Twitter who said that fat is just not sexy, that's not true, because I used to be overweight, and nobody can tell me I wasn't sexy.
I remember you were quite fluffy.
Thank you.
But he's lost all of that, though.
But so nobody couldn't tell me I wasn't sexy back then. So, but I lost the weight for myself just because I didn't like the way my body felt with the weight on it. So it like I said, it depends on the person. Now, as far as what the caller just said before, fat around the organs doesn't make the organs work harder. So, it is unhealthy for you to have that much fat on around your organs. And people aren't fat. It's just what they have on their body. A person is not fat. That's not what you are.
What are you?
I'm a human.
I know you're a human, but if you're a big human, I mean, the fat on you, right?
That doesn't make you what you are, though.
Go deeper.
You're still a human. It's just you have an overabundance of fat on your body.
And you still deserve to be created.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Tisha from Ohio, you're in the building. Talk to me.
Hey, I was calling about the fat. I have a sister. I'm from Macon, Georgia. I drive trucks and I'm in Ohio right now. But I have a sister. She's overweight. I used to pick on her about her size or whatever. But I mean, me personally, just because they fat don't mean they can't get nobody. My sister, she's big and she can get anybody she wants to. And it ain't because of her sex. It's because of her heart. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with because, you got good sex, or, you can cook, or, you big and you can cuddle gooder than a skinny woman. That is not true. Being neat and clean, that's not true either, because I'm skinny and I'm clean. You know what I'm saying? So whoever's saying that fat women are cleaner than skinny women, that's not true. That's not true.
Well,
and,
I think it would go from person to person. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's more of a challenge for obese people to keep their bodies clean because, there's more folds and ripples and things that they need to deal with and sweat. And I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, it's more of a maintenance process. But go ahead, finish your point, sister.
But my sister, she's clean, and I mean, and they say big women stink and all this other, but that's not true. My sister, she personally, she reminds me of a skinny woman. You know what I'm saying? She knows what she needs to do to keep herself a certain way, and that's what she does. You know what I'm saying? And it's the heart. It ain't got nothing to do with the size, because like I told my fiance, if he get big, I don't give a darn if he big, skinny. I'm still gonna be with him. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way he treats me. It has nothing to do with because he look good. He's big, he's skinny. That's not true.
So can I ask you, how much do you weigh, sister?
They're ignorant, basically.
You're right, but can I ask you how much do you weigh?
I weigh 130, and me personally, I'm trying to get bigger.
Oh, hey, I ain't mad at you. You're trying to put a little padding on. Lene, ask her a question.
Okay, I have a question for you. You said you don't care if your man get big, you're going to still be there. And that's good. That's great. But would you encourage him to stay healthy? To be healthy, to go to the gym?
I encourage him to stay healthy. Yes, I would. But, if he did get bigger, then, I'm there for him. You know what I'm saying? And we can work out together.
That's right. Oh, that's good.
If that's what he wants to do, then, but if that's what he wanted, if he can't get rid of it, then, hey, I'm still there.
Wow. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. BW, Ohio, chime in.
Hey, how's it going?
Everything is good, brother. What's happening?
My problem is this. Ever since I was a young buck, that's all I've been physically attracted to was big women. And about the sex, I do think the sex is a whole lot better. But my thing is, I've gotten married to a big woman, and now I'm leaning more on letting her know, well, maybe it is time, since we are getting older, to start losing weight. And she's just not trying to pay attention to me.
Wow. So how do you start that conversation? How do you say, hey, we getting older, and this weight on you might become a health issue or a problem? How do you broach that conversation? Well, if I could give you just patience, patience, and you gotta, it's a delicate situation, because a lot of people being fat or having a particular body style, that's a way of life. It's just how they are, is who they are. And until that button or that switch inside their head clicks on and says, you know what, I want something different, really any outside information trying to change them or change their thought process on it might start a fight, might create a ripple in the relationship. Is that what you're experiencing, brother?
Yeah. It has a couple of times, and it's already kind of working on her, because it's working on her legs and her, knees and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This is why I'm trying to tell her she's going to have to calm down a little bit.
Calm down on what?
And the eat and everything else.
Wow. Thank you for the call, man. Are you finished? Do you have another point? I'll wait for you, brother. What else do you want to say?
She could easily start, because we got a little dog. She could take the dog out, maybe walk around a little while, anything.
Well, why don't you walk with her?
Well,
you guys got to do it together.
Drive trucks, and when I am home, that's not happening.
Wow. Hey, brother, I really appreciate you taking the time to call me, man. This is good information. Again, a lot of people are going through this. And as you can see, if you've been paying attention the whole show long, it's kind of split down the middle. You got some people that don't see a problem with being overweight, and they understand the stories and the information out there that's talking about the myriad of health issues, whether it be heart disease, whether it be type 2 diabetes, whether it be problems with joints, right? You got a lot of people out there dealing with it. Let me go to CD from Cleveland. CD, talk to me, man.
What's happening? I'm one of the people that say that no, that fat is not attractive. It's but even though, like the young lady was saying, that it doesn't matter whether you're fat or not, whether somebody likes you, because being liked is more about your personality and who you are inside. But I'm overweight myself right now and trying to get mine down some. But I've always been attracted to slender women because I haven't never seen. I mean, I have friends that's overweight and I love them to death, but I've not been sexually attracted to them. And I've even dated. I dated somebody some years ago, and I just needed them to take the weight off, and they couldn't do it, and I just had to go move on. And it was a nice person, but it's just not for me.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the call. I wonder if all of the male callers are related because they sound alike. I don't know what it is. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait is tonight's topic. Listen, when I come back, I got to take a break really quickly. But when I come back, we have an in-studio situation. It's almost like an intervention. We got a story. And, I love this brother, but he's going to share his situation. And he's going to use our personal trainers that are in the studio to map out maybe a plan to help him. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason, Foxxhole Radio, Sirius 106 XM 149. But before I take that break, it's important that you tune in every Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, to my homeboy show, Corey Holcomb, 5150, every Monday, live from Foxxhole Live in downtown Los Angeles. Corey and Darlene have more fun than the law should allow. And it's never a dull moment with Corey. I've done his show a few times. It's a great show. I'll be back at 2.2, and we'll talk then. Peace. I don't think anybody deserves to be disrespected, regardless of their body type. Tonight's topic, I'm dating a fat person. PHAT, we don't want to offend. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. I mean, it's important that we cover it. 855-369-9898. And for all of those people out there who just want to know what is the definition of obese, because guess what? It varies from state to state. So the definition that we found was consuming more calories from food than the calories that are being burned. And that's what leads to obesity. There are risk factors for obesity that include genetics, environmental factors, social factors, i.e. poverty and or a lower level of education. Different illnesses that we talked about, heart disease and, congestive heart failure and all types of other things. And then, of course, the medications that are associated with it. We also have a list of the fattest cities in America. The 10th fattest city in America is Birmingham, Alabama, according to this list. Our list is from a particular website. What's the name of this website? What is it called? DocShop.com. There you go. Please go to the website and check it out. Number 10 was Birmingham, Alabama. Number 9 was Houston, Texas. Number 8 was Baltimore, Maryland. Number 7, San Antonio, Texas. Number 6, Kansas City, Missouri. Number 5, Memphis, Tennessee. Number 4, Dallas, Texas. Number 3, El Paso, Texas. Texas is dominating the list right now. Number 2, Charleston, West Virginia. And number 1, Texas again, Corpus Christi, Texas. There's a lot of crispiness in Corpus Christi. Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWilliams, Voice of Reason, Foxxhole Radio. I'm dating a fat person, PHAT. We don't want to offend. Are they worth the wait is the topic tonight, an intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and health. Now, let me do this. We're going to bring on a special guest, my producer. I'm just going to call him AP. He my homie. I've known him. He's been working on this show for 2 years. And we love this brother. I mean, he's one of the best people you could possibly know. Very intelligent person. I don't want to put him out there. I don't want to tell too much of his business. But his cousin is Marcus Anthony, up-and-coming superstar, R&B artist. And the guy, we were at the Laker game once, and he was like, man, you should have my cousin on your show. He's a genius. and he knows everything, and he'll argue about everything, and his research is crazy. So he called him at the game. We exchanged numbers, and then, you know, he been with me ever since. And I'm telling you, the dude is a writer. He's a soldier. But Marcus Anthony also told me the story that last year the brother had a doctor's appointment, and you know, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. And he had a doctor's appointment, and, you know, the doctor basically said, dude, you need to lose some weight or you might not make your next birthday. Well, he made his next birthday. But he's bigger than he was then. And I'm going to let him tell the rest of the story. I'm going to let him, you know, interact back and forth with our personal trainers here, because we're going to try to do not necessarily an intervention, but we're going to talk about strategies on how to, you know, break this cycle. So, AP, tell me your story, man.
Basically, when I was 22 years old, you know, I went in for my regular checkup, you know, physical. I've been big my whole life, so I hate going to the doctor, because no matter what's going on with me, like, all my numbers will be fine. My vitals blood pressure be fine, sugar be fine, cholesterol be fine, everything is fine. But the doctor, like, I always look down at my sheet and it always says morbidly obese. That always bothers me, because, like, I look at it, it's like, you're already pegging me as dead.
Right.
When I see morbid, I see death.
Right.
And at 22 years old, my doctor told me, he said, if you don't gain another pound and just stay where you are, you're not going to live to see 24.
Wow.
He said, you're not going to make it. You're going to die before you get to 24. So, I'm kind of stubborn.
Kinda.
Yeah, I didn't so much look at it as, all right, well, I'm going to get bigger. That was never my goal. But I was like, well, I hear what he's saying. You know, he's concerned about me, but at the same time, I'm not going to die. Like, I'm not going to.
You're too stubborn to die.
I'm not going to get to 24 and then just,
Right.
and just die. Like, really?
Right.
Come on.
Right.
But I hit my 24th birthday, and I realized, you know, I'm heavier than I've ever been.
So how much did you weigh when you were the age he said this, and how much do you weigh now?
Oh, wow. I got to say the number.
Come on, man. This is lay it out on the line time.
At 22, I was about 475.
Wow.
475 at 22. And at 24, I'm at I lost 5 pounds last week, so I'm at 595.
595. Wow. And listen, every little bit helps. So talk to me about what your god uncle has done for you.
Well, I didn't even know it was in his plan to you know, for me to be on The Biggest Loser or anything like that. It was something I had thought about on my own, but they conspired in the background
and made it happen.
And I interviewed for the show. I'm still waiting on the call back. You know, and I don't know if it'll come. I mean, I'm hoping it comes. I'm praying it comes. I got hope that it will come and faith that it'll come. I'm just waiting on it. But I've never even watched the show. I just seen ads and promos for it, and just seeing the differences that have been made in other people's lives. You know, it's kind of inspiring. So I feel like, you know, if they can go to a camp for, you know, 3-4 months and lose 150, 160 pounds. I can go to a camp and lose 150, 160 pounds. You know?
I mean, because people don't know you. I know you.
Right.
I know you. And when I say the dude has quality, when I say the dude has heart, he has all of these gifts and all of these skills. Right now, what black belt level are you at right now?
I'm not quite a black belt, but I forgot more than most people will ever learn. So.
And your father is a martial artist?
Yeah, my father's 10th degree black belt, has his own martial arts system, Kemp Kwando, out of Fresno, California.
And today, right now, AP can get up and kick over his head.
There's nobody I've ever met that I can't kick in the head. I don't care if Shaquille O'Neal stand in front of me. I kick him in his chin.
Right. So when I say the dude is athletic, and he's at 595 right now, so you can understand why people are concerned and worried about you. I mean, you know, we play basketball every Saturday, and we'll call and be like, yo, you coming? You going to walk the track?
Everybody else is hooping. I'm on the track. I hit, 4 or 5 laps.
Right.
You know.
And like I said, every little bit helps. So we have in studio personal trainers, Kevin Behringer from Body Boxing Boot Camp, right? And of course, Lene. Tell me your last name, Lene.
Lene Atkins.
Lene. Oh, that's right. The Atkins not diet. Anyway, she's here with us. She's very beautiful, very talented, very intelligent, and very accomplished. What would you prescribe for AP starting a regimen to just, because it's a mountain, so you want to take it little by little, piece by piece. What would you recommend?
Definitely. He can't. I mean, I'm not going to say he can't, but you don't want to start somebody off like doing all this stuff because then they lose motivation. You know what I mean? And the key is motivation, consistency, and dedication. You have to, it starts in the mind first.
Right.
You have to want to do it. You have to want to get that drive in. So my thing is start light so you won't lose that motivation.
Well, what I have done, I joined Weight Watchers.
Okay.
I've seen the other program. I've seen Jenny Craig and the OptiFast. Don't nobody have $2,500 to just drink shakes for 6 months.
Absolutely.
Don't nobody want to do that. I felt like Weight Watchers was the most realistic approach that I could take to lose weight. Because, I mean, anybody that's overweight likes to eat. But with Weight Watchers, it's not so much a diet.
It's just to show you how
It's showing you how to eat. Like, there's a poster that I look at all the time when I go to my Weight Watchers meeting. And it has a picture of 2 breakfasts. With Weight Watchers, everything is on a point system. One breakfast, it's a croissant and some butter. That's 7 points. And then there's another breakfast. It's two slices of toast, a half a pat of butter, 3 ounces of ham, a poached egg, and some oranges.
And what's that?
That's 7. That was 6 points. Same amount of calories, 1 less point, but it's a whole lot more for a whole lot less and a whole lot better for you.
Wow.
It's gonna go further.
Right.
And it's teaching me to make better choices. Like, one thing I've noticed is, like, fruit is completely empty. It's empty in points. So you can eat as much fruit as you want. They tell you all the time, don't overindulge. But if you get hungry, instead of picking up like some chips or something, grab an orange, grab an apple, get some celery.
So can I ask you this?
What's up?
You know me, I love you to death, but I gotta keep it real. Are you lazy?
What is your activity level on a daily?
I just got to keep it real, man.
In being heavy, I'm pretty sedentary.
Yeah,
it's because and you guys asked me earlier off air, do I feel like I'm healthy? And sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no. The answer being yes, because I can get out there and do anything anybody else can do.
Right, he's athletic as hell.
What is stopping you from doing that
Right, that's the lazy question.
Right. It's not so much the lazy question. I can't go as hard for as long. So after a while, it hurts. Like, I watch y'all play ball on Saturdays. Y'all, a game to 10 might take y'all an hour.
35 minutes. Well,
y'all get to arguing and everything, and after about 3 up and backs on the court, I'm like, okay, water.
We start a fight. It's all kind of stuff going on.
So,
the court. Right.
And that's my thing. I'm being as heavy as I am. I can't go as hard as long. What I'm noticing is just the simple things. Like, I was at City Walk with my girl about 3 weeks ago. And I felt kind of bad because just the walking in City Walk, I was like, my back was hurting, I was sweating, I was winded.
So the weight is actually affecting your joints and your skeletal structure at this point?
Yeah.
Wow. 855-369-9898. Tonight's topic, I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. We're going to callers. And before we go to a caller, let me just hit my man Kevin Behringer from Body Boxing. What kind of regimen would you put him on to start him off, to get him going, because, dude, I put, let me just tell you, I put Ajante in my Mini Cooper and brought him up here. I will put Ajante in my Mini Cooper and bring him to your crib, and we will get out there and box. But tell me, what would you do?
Before you tell me what you should do, let me tell you what I've been doing. Like, okay.
Ajante.
Is that all right? Is that all right, Mr. Williams? I know it's your show.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, that's good, man.
It's our show. I am producer.
Yes, exactly.
But
this is your baby as well. Go ahead, AP.
Right now, I'm walking.
Okay.
Like that's
very good.
That's the easiest thing to do, but I'm just walking. Like I live down the street around the corner from Great Western Forum.
Okay.
I know one time around the Forum is 0.8 of a mile.
Okay.
I'm trying to do that and cut my time down on that. Like one time around may take me about 30 minutes.
Okay.
You know, I want to get down to 20. I said just last year, I was doing a 20-minute mile. So from where I am right now, you know, what would you suggest to me? I do have a gym membership and I will go lift. I'll get on the elliptical machine. But honestly, I feel like
what other activities do you like to do, though? I mean, like you may not be able to do them, but what activities would you say you would like to do?
I like lifting. I like weightlifting.
You like
Well,
weightlifting?
you were a football player, if I'm not mistaken.
I was a football player.
He's a football player.
I like running in short spurts. I don't like the extent. I'm not gonna run cross country and jog forever. Right. I'll run real fast and stop.
Well, Kev, what would you subscribe really quickly?
I say what he's doing is very good. If he would like to get in the gym and increase his work in your activity level, increase your production, that's very good as well. You want to take it slow. You don't want to burn yourself out too soon. So you want to allow yourself to gain that endurance, to gain that strength, and to keep going. So you have the motivation. So if you take it slow and just make it a part of your life, saying I'm just going to be healthy. I'm just forget how I look, forget all of that. I just need to be healthy. Right. You know what I mean? And if you take it like that, you're gonna see the results. Right. So don't trip about I can't walk this many times, or I don't walk as long around the Great Western Forum. Yeah. Don't trip on any of that. Mm-hmm. Just keep doing it, and you're gonna see. Don't think about it. Don't think
Don't think about the weight.
Don't think about the weight. It's not about that at all. It's about you being healthy and you feeling good. And then that's gonna increase and help you to lose weight.
Right. Wow, that is a great story. We got to take a quick break, but before I do, let me just remind everybody: Tuesday nights, great night to tune into the Foxhole. Join us with the Cheryl Underwood Show every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. She covers politics, comedy, Sexum in the Serious, and more. Only exclusively on the Foxhole. Sirius XM 98. I'll be back in 2.2 where we're talking about I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. I'll be back. 855-369-9898. See you. Ladies and gentlemen, are you currently in a relationship with a burger murderer? A serial killer? I don't know. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. 855-369-9898. That's the topic, and that's the number to dial. Call me right now because I'm going to callers. But before I do, the Foxhole will be broadcasting live from Harrah's Rincon in Northeast San Diego. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a great show. I ain't going to tell you who's going to be there, but you guys are going to be happy to know they're in the building. It's going to be a great show. The Foxhole will be broadcasting live from Harrah's Rincon in Northeast San Diego tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. Trust me, it's going to be off the chain. Tonight's topic, I'm dating a fat person, PHAT. Are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. Call me right now. Call me right now. Because a lot of what we're talking about tonight deals with discrimination against overweight people. And it's pretty prevalent. I alluded to earlier today that talked about Southwest kicking somebody off the plane. And I believe a lot of people are having a difficult time getting employed because image is a big situation, with getting a job. And if you see a person like my producer Ajante said earlier, that's morbidly obese, just the image might affect, them getting the job or not. Go ahead.
I just filled out a job application today.
That's why I said it, but go ahead.
And I looked at one of the requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Would you know one of the requirements of this job said your blood pressure has to be no higher than 140/70?
Wow.
To work at the airport for TSA.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
you got to be able. Well, most jobs when you're dealing with luggage, you got to be able to lift and move 70 pounds. But it said your blood pressure can't be over 140 over 70.
Wow. And what's your blood pressure right now?
I don't know. I don't know my blood pressure right offhand, but when I go to the doctor, I'm always good.
Okay, good. Let's do this really quickly. Obesity and flying. Overweight and obesity having adverse economic impact on the airline industry is what this little article is about. Heavier flyers require extra fuel, according to 4 doctors for the Center of Disease Control. They're saying fat people burn more fuel when they're on the plane. Is that true?
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a flight attendant as well, so I get a lot of.
You got like 37 jobs. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. I got it.
But that could be true because even overweight bags, they only allow a certain amount of baggage because, the fuel and what have you.
And
So
are you saying fat people come with built-in baggage?
I'm just saying it's weight.
No, it's weight.
I'm saying it's weight. I'm saying like sometimes at the back they don't even feel the back of the plane sometimes because of the way it is. With
And
the
that
weight.
will burn the fuel.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
855-369-9898. If you've gone through this, somebody call me and share your story. They also say they estimate airlines spend $275 million, and this is in 2000, to carry additional weight. They say spend a lot of money, and it burns a lot of money when the plane is overweight. Is that why? I mean, let's go back to the death of Aaliyah. Her plane was overweight, right, with a bunch of luggage and too many. Wow, that's a great point. Fat activists are furious that some airlines charge plus-size passengers for 2 seats. This happens a lot. Somebody call me right now. We're going to callers right now. Scott from D.C., you're in the building. Talk.
How's it going, man? Thanks for taking my call tonight.
Hey, man, no problem. Talk to me.
Hey, I'm a skinny guy. I'm actually 27 years old and 5'11", and I weigh about 130, 135 pounds, depending on how much I ate that day. And I've actually dated a bigger girl, but when I say bigger, I mean she was 200 pounds, and I mean that might not seem like much, but compared to a guy like me, she looks a lot bigger than most girls would stand next to a normal guy.
Wow.
And one of the reasons she actually broke up with me is because she felt bad for me whenever we go out in public, so she felt like she couldn't go out in public with me without getting weird stares.
Well, damn, that sounds like a self-esteem issue on her behalf. She was more aware of the stigma than you were. You seem to be pretty cool, right?
I mean, man, I've been skinny my entire life. I mean, people say it's not as easy being as big as it is being skinny. But I'll tell you what, I got picked on more than any of the big guys in my class in high school.
Wow. Well,
I'm always being challenged. It don't matter. I mean, I'm 27 years old. I still got guys coming up to me when I go to the club trying to start something just because they think they can punk me.
Wow, because you're smaller. Man, thanks for the call. That was a great call. I appreciate it. There's a fat stigma. How online news may worsen the problem of obesity. Obesity researchers from Yale say online news outlet overwhelmingly use negative images of overweight people, right? They put them in ill-fitting clothes or eating fast food to illustrate stories about obesity. This perpetuates a fat stigma and may contribute to obesity itself. A lot of people also point to dieting and working out as one of the major indicators of obesity. A lot of people point this out. Researchers looked at 429 news stories about obesity along with accompanying photos on 5 major news websites to say, just looking at that stuff and the grim predictions may lead people back to their comfort zone. Ho-hos, Twinkies, zingers, ding-dongs. A lot of times it's comfort eating too. I'm not kidding. Talk to me,
Well,
Lene.
it's definitely cheaper. I mean, that's why a lot of people,
I got you.
I'm just saying nowadays you get all this junk food and the fast food, and it's cheaper than eating healthier, and it's quicker. So people will definitely go to a fast food place before they decide to make a home cooked healthy
I'm going to
meal.
disagree on that one. You
Talk
can
to
go to farmers markets, and they're cheap.
No. I'm saying this is what people think.
Oh,
I'm not saying I
okay.
think this.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying this is what people think. They think, oh, let's just grab fast food. You know,
Right.
it's cheaper. This is what is in people's minds today.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get it. You definitely can go healthier, choose healthier.
But is healthier more expensive or less expensive?
It's not about
because
being
when you ain't got no money and that 99-cent Jack in the Box, what's the burger called? That burger that's just right there.
Burger.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
99-cent burger.
The Jumbo Jack. The 99-cent Jumbo Jack after the club.
No, guess what?
Taco Bell or Del Taco.
If you have to go to a fast food place, you can get a grilled chicken sandwich.
Wrong.
What's wrong with that?
Wrong. If I'm hungry late at night, I want something that's going to work like NyQuil.
Right, but
on.
you're saying you have to make healthier choices. You asking, is it expensive or non-expensive? These are healthier choices.
If the Cobb salad with walnuts and strawberries is $2.89 and I have $2, give me 4 of those 49-cent bean and cheese burritos. Thank you. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. JP from Texas, talk to me.
Hey, Zo, what's going on, man?
All right, man. I'm chilling, man. What's happening?
Good. Hey, they were making a good point, though. I think a lot of it, those foods that all y'all named, jingles, hot dogs, all that stuff is not bad. It's the overconsumption of the food.
Good point.
So I think if you deal with the self-discipline, you can eat that. But if you're going to eat that way, either you have to, eat cleaner at another time, or you're going to have to exercise.
Right.
But you can't say, the food is making us fat. The food is making us fat. And I think that people get so hooked on the chemicals in the processed food that your body don't know how to react once you finally get something clean.
Right. That's a good point.
That's a big problem in the community. And as far as like the big versus skinny, I think skill is skill, and the rest of it just has to do with confidence and overall health. Because if I love somebody, I don't want them to die when they're 40. I want you to be with me till we 55, 60, 70, 80, 90.
Right. Good point.
But why you want to live 40 years in agony? If you really love somebody, then you don't want to leave them in 40 years in agony.
Wow. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Aura from Florida. Holla at me.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, Aura. That's a wonderful name.
I was calling to say that I love big men. Anything that's 250, and it's a 6-footer with a keg, I think that is so sexy. Wow. And I love to see a big man and smell good. And I think big men are more loving and attentive than little men. I think they are just so sexy.
This is a wonderful caller. Let me just do this. Ajante is probably one of the biggest humans I've ever seen in my life. If you put him in a monkey suit, you would think King Kong was real. I'm just being honest.
Hilarious.
How tall are you, Ajante?
I am 6'2" tall.
He's 6'2". What size shoe do you wear, AP?
I wear a size 17 shoe.
Oh my!
Wow.
I'm just saying the dude is gigantor. So
ginormous.
Ginormous. He's a big dude. So there are a lot of women out there who love this type of man, and I think they have for the fetish people who like big people. They have the women BBWs, big beautiful women, or SS BBWs, supersize big beautiful women. They have another acronym for big men such as AP, and that is BHM, a big handsome man. But I think he's an SS BHM, a supersized big handsome man. Thank you for the call, or you're great. And this is a great topic, man. I'm dating a fat worth the wait. We're about to take another quick break. I'm going to come back. I'm still going to callers. Call me. But before I do that, while we're listening to this wonderful record, I want to remind you, every Monday night, it's Foxxhole Live, hosted by my dude, Mark Curry, at midnight Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the Conga Room in downtown Los Angeles at LA Live. Come join us and catch the Foxhole on Sirius XM 98. I'm dating a fat person, PHAT, are they worth the wait? An intriguing look into weight, sex, food, and good health. It's a great, great topic, man, because I think we need to have these kind of conversations. Let's talk about the 10 overweight celebrities. You remember when Takara was on that show and they was really banging on her because her BMI was like out of whack, body mass index. And a lot of times why a lot of people who are fat advocates are saying, nah, there's some nefarious shit going on with regards to the people who are making the rules on who's fat and who ain't fat. And
Absolutely.
Takara although she was 180 pounds, it looked good. It looked real good. It was buttery. It was savory good. It was slobbery good. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people look at Jill Scott the same way.
Yes, they do.
You know, a lot of people look at Monique the same way. So we have our top 10, overweight celebrities. We have Jonah Hill. We have Monique. They even say Tracy Morgan. Zach Galifianakis, Rosie O'Donnell. Star Jones even did the weight loss surgery thing, and Al Roker. You know, a lot of these people are finding ways to deal with themselves, and their obesity. Somebody call me 855-369-9898. Mark from Mississippi.
What's going on, Zo?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm calling from the land of the cornbread and collards, and they had some statistics out a couple years ago that was stating that Mississippi was one of the top leading states in obesity.
Wow.
And you can look at it and tell because, the demographic down there, the southern fried foods and all that kind of thing and whatnot.
The hog mogs, all that. Yeah,
the chitlins and, everything fried.
Right.
But now the whole country is kind of more conscious of that. You can tell by the schools now change the lunch menus up, The kids' lunches now nothing like what I used to eat back in the days when I was, in school eating lunch. They got them trying to eat more healthy, which is a good thing because if they eat all that stuff, which a lot of them do it once they get home and, they sitting in front of the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox and, watching videos, that also contributing to the obesity part for the kids coming up nowadays.
Man, I so appreciate you for taking the time to call me, man, because you just provided us with some very heavy and good information. I remember when they took sodas out of the schools. Remember they took them out? They said no more sodas. They started putting water and milk, but then they started putting strawberry milk and chocolate milk, and, they started doing that. One more caller really quickly. Rome from Wisconsin. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Zoe? How you doing, brother?
What's happening, man?
And to all the studio guests, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
Your one brother on the studio made a good point about high blood pressure. I'm a truck driver, and if our blood pressure is high and we have diabetes, they'll take us out the truck, man.
Wow.
And another point is a lot of these individuals out here that's overweight, it's not that they want to be overweight. A lot of them could have a thyroid problem, though.
Yeah, that's the genetic aspect. Yeah,
that has a lot to do with it. And to your big brother in the studio with you, tell him what I used to do. I used to go swimming a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And if he don't swim, just have him walk across the pool every now and then. That swimming works your entire body. Or get on a bike and ride a bike for a little while, and it'll work out for him, man. I love your show, Zoe, and everybody on the show have a blessed day.
Thank you, brother.
You too.
Well, Zoe, earlier you mentioned the BMI, and I remember I took a health class, and my professor told me BMI is inaccurate because he said if you look at the BMI, which is body mass index for those of you that don't know, and you take Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime of bodybuilding, according to the BMI and Arnold Schwarzenegger at his bodybuilding weight, he was 200 plus pounds, and he, according to BMI, is morbidly obese.
Absolutely.
Right.
So are there any other problems with the body mass index? How should you measure, your body mass, or should you check your body fat percentage?
It's about body fat to me. I don't deal with really weight or the body mass index because when you look in the mirror, you don't see weight, you see volume, which is the amount of fat that's around the muscle. So I deal more with the body fat content.
And muscle in and of itself is actually heavier than fat,
Weighs
correct?
more than fat.
Yes.
Exactly. So let me just do this. I want to thank Miss Stozier, who came in, and Substantia, and she was great. And, of course, my man Kevin Barringer. What's your website?
That's www.3bbootcamp.com. That's the number 3bbootcamp.com.
And I urge you guys to go check out his website. One more time, what is it?
3bbootcamp.com.
No, dude is very serious. He's a cold piece of work. He had my son out there boxing. My son is a beast. He had that left hook was retarded, wasn't it?
No doubt.
I'm telling you. So, yeah, I appreciate you for coming on, Kev. Kevin Barringer.
Thank you for having me.
And, of course, Lene Atkins. Talk to me. Where can they find you? Where can they participate in your movement?
You can find the motivation at Facebook, Lene Atkins, or you can hit me up on my email, sugarfit@aol.com.
Let me say this really quickly. Fellas, go to the Facebook page. I mean, it's the eye candy is like Halloween on cocaine, crack, and heroin all together. Say it again. What's the Facebook page again?
Lene Atkins with a D, not a T.
Please go check her out. It's very important that you do that. Let me just say this. Confidence does not come in a particular body type. Self-esteem, self-worth comes with self-understanding. And a lot of times when we're in pursuit of an image, an ideal image that wasn't born within ourselves, that's when we lose sight of the real goal, the real purpose of living a meaningful, purposeful, qualitative life. I love AP. This is my homeboy. Ever since I met him, I knew he was a genuine human being, regardless of whatever size he is. But I love him enough to say, brother, you got to be motivated to change your life so you can continue to live a life that is full of quality, full of meaning. And this is why we did this show. I love him to death, and I don't want to lose him because he's too young. You understand that, AP?
Got you.
You're too young. You mean too much to too many people. This is why I did the show. This is why you didn't have no idea that I was going to put you on.
Yeah.
I know you did. But this is why I did it. Because I love you, man. I love your mama. I love your peoples. And there's a lot of people rooting for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason, ZoWilliams on Foxxhole Radio. Email me. ZO@SiriusXM.com. Follow me on Twitter because I will be revealing shortly the location of my relationship roundtable, June 25th in Chicago. It's going to be off the chain. You better get there. It's going to be packed, and I'm going to be dropping heavy relationship science. It's what I do. If you want to get down, let's participate at ZoWilliams. Go to my website, www.ZoWilliams.com. That's www.zo. What the hell? www.zo. Right? ZoWilliams.com. You know what I'm saying. ZoWilliams.com. I had a great time tonight, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. ZoWilliams, I'm out. Peace.